Hello, Mana here, and welcome to SnowMan, an RPG Maker horror game for the 7th RPG Maker Horror Game Jam. I came to these mountains to get away from it all, then he showed up. Until then I hadn't known just how cold I had been, and how much I craved warmth. And other than that, thank you for watching. Warning. This game contains the following material: mild swearing, mild blood, flickering likes, and censored homophobic comments. Wait. Okay. So, you're going out on your own, huh? Scary stuff. It'll be a long time without seeing another person. Times sure are tough, huh? You'll be able to hunt your own game up there at least. Get some decent money for that, if you venture back down to civilization. It's a cheap cottage, you said. Well, you still need warmth. You'll need a way to keep the lights on and all. But tell me, is all of this really worth it? Won't you go mad with loneliness? Like it or not, there are people who'd miss you. It's up to you to believe that or not. Don't be so bitter. Fine. Be out in the same weather as you're acting right now. Ice cold. Don't be surprised then, if no one comes to look for you. You're the one who cast away society to live on your own. So don't cry about how no one cared. Good luck, Va. Oh, okay. I hadn't seen screenshots. I wasn't expecting this aesthetic. I like it. Okay. The fireplace and an iron hearth poker. I'll need to collect some kindling soon. These books are just fun to read. Old classics I made sure to take with me when I moved up here. There's also a vase with some dried leaves next to it. Okay. These cabinets hold bigger cooking tools along with some other knickknacks. The fridge. I'm gonna need some food soon. Okay, what do we have like, okay, we can save whatever we want. Okay. Stovetop. I don't cook very often, so this is pretty clean. What do you mean you don't cook very often? What do you eat? Like you're living out, like nowhere, what? Nothing on the countertop. The cabinets underneath are where I store other utensils and cooking supplies. The sink. I don't make many dishes, but I try to keep this area clean. It takes forever for the water to warm up. I'm so stuck on that. How do you not cook very often? What do you mean? That does not make sense with your living conditions. My TV. It only gets a few local channels. I mostly use it for weather alerts. Not very practical to keep on the floor, but I'm not sure I care too much. It works. Okay. Also, if we seem to be moving fast, I do have always dash on. A bookcase with a lot of reading material about forestry and local fauna. There's also books on outdoor survival. A portrait of my father when I was young. I don't have a very happy face on. I wish I could have been more appreciative before he passed. Okay. I think that's all the things. Rug. My trusty alarm clock. It'll be a pain in the ass once the batteries for this runs out. Okay, I feel like you did not plan entirely that well to come up here. A decorative bowl. Very nice. My shotgun. I use this to hunt local fowl, like pheasants. Despite having this, I still feel somewhat anxious when sleeping at night. You'd just call me a coward anyway, right? A wardrobe with some of my clothes inside. Washing clothes up here has been a hassle, but nothing I can't handle. The view of the forest can be seen out this window. I dislike looking out there for too long. I start to think I can see something. A list of supplies I know I'll need to get next time I go into town. Wood, lighter fluid, maybe some alcohol. Wait, what do you mean? Why are you getting wood from town? You live... Okay, it's fine. I'm very confused about, like, he's got a clock where he's relying on the batteries and he's like screwed once it runs out. He's getting wood from town. I would assume he'd have wood around him. And he doesn't cook very often. Despite living, and I mean, I guess maybe if he, well, he's saying go into town. Does he like go into town to eat all the time? But then how does he make money? I have many questions. A journal I was keeping when I first got to the mountains. There's not much to do or talk about up here, so there's only 2 or 3 entries. Can we see them or no? Okay. More survival guides and ways to prepare game, as in hunting. I wish it weren't so messy sometimes. Well, yeah, so he hunts, but he doesn't cook often? I don't know, man. Alright, I think that's the bedroom cupboard. I feel the need to save, don't mind me. I guess we're heading out. Yeah, look at all this wood everywhere. What do you mean? How are you going into town for wood? That's crazy. You'd give me an earful if you knew how much I was complaining about hard work. Are we getting kindling? Like, what's our objective? I don't actually know. I really like this aesthetic though. It kind of reminds me of like Game Boy, but not exactly, but yeah. Another stump. Stuck. Alone. That's fine, right? I don't need anyone else. I don't. Another chopped tree. Cutting these down was really difficult, but I did this to myself. Okay, so you are cutting your own firewood. A chopped tree. I don't have to cut down any more wood anytime soon. It took a long time, and it's not like I had any help. I mean, it seems like it wouldn't be the warmest up here. I didn't want to come out here all on my own. It was the only choice I had to live a better life. A safer one, for my brain. Even if that meant being completely isolated. Why couldn't he be happy for me? I'm on my own like he told me to be. So what's the issue? Interesting how every single stump has its own unique dialogue. Huh. No trespassing. I put this up just as a forewarning, but I don't think I'd do much if someone ended up wandering out here. Not that I've seen anyone around here. Okay, guess we're heading down. There's pheasants about around here. They provided a decent source of meat for the past few weeks. Being out in the cold pricks my ears and the back of my nose. It was hard to get used to at first, but I'm the one who decided to move out here. It's a pheasant. They're pretty common up this side of the mountains. Taste is alright. I don't need to do any hunting right now though. Okay. They're just gonna be all the same? Okay. Yeah. Alright. I don't actually know what we're doing, other than maybe going to town? I don't want to miss anything. There is a clearing that some fauna usually like to gather for one reason or another. Doesn't seem to be the case today. A canopy of trees surrounds the sky just a bit. Forests always make me feel anxious. Fear of the unknown? Fear of some big animal making a meal out of me next? Again though, I'm the one who wanted this. I have to live with that fear. Maybe it's what keeps me alive. Why does it seem so dark? Let's check this way. I don't usually like to wander about. It's dangerous to go up on the mountains. During the daytime it's not so bad. I'm already alone with my house. What's the point in being alone all the way up there? Maybe I was just getting curious. Bored most likely. Okay, I don't really know which way to go. Oh, okay. It was just a clearing. Because I wasn't really clear on what we were doing. There was mention of kindling and maybe like needing to go to town at some point, but we weren't really given an actual objective. It's a bit more dense around this area. All this hard work getting up here would be for nothing if I end up freezing to death. No one would even be able to find me. I try not to think things like that. That's probably best. It gets pretty exhausting. After all, I came here to get away from things that already made me feel bad. Why poison this new life I've decided to live? Okay. This obviously wasn't my first choice. I didn't want it to come to this. You made sure I didn't stick around. Did you think I would just keep putting up with your crap? I already know what you'd say if you heard me right now. You'd say, "Va, you keep talking like that and I'll give you a reason to complain." And probably hit me anyway just because. To prove a point about how much of a man you are. Please. You acted like you were doing me a favor, letting me move way out in the middle of nowhere without telling anyone you were sick. I had to hear it from Mum the last time we went to town for supplies. She said he didn't want you to stay for his sake. As if that was ever a suggestion. Thinking I'd stick around even after hearing that? I don't know. Maybe I would have. You never even gave me the choice anyway. Aren't you happy? Still thinking about you even after everything that's happened. After all I've been through. Who cares though, right? Sending me off with that kind of expression on your face. Calling me bitter and cold. I should be happy too. I should be. Yet I've never felt more alone in my entire life. I mean, I can understand the getting away part, but I feel like this is maybe not the best choice. And then I met him. I don't trust that that's in red. Way out in the middle of nowhere. The first person I've seen up on the mountains. It felt new. It felt exciting. And terrifying. Hi. Maybe we just go back this way. I don't know. Excuse me, miss. Are you lost? Oh, I'm not. Just taking a bit of a walk. I see. I feel sir would have been a better title. I'm sorry? Oh, I didn't mean... That's alright. It's an honest mistake. I don't really mind though. Hi. I don't think I've ever seen another person around here till today. I'm Var. I live a bit up the slope south of here. Oh, that cottage is yours then? I recall some activity going on a while ago. Welcome. Sorry for the commotion. Thanks for the welcome. You... Bora. Eh? My name. It's Bora. Ah, I see. Nice to meet you then, Bora. I don't trust that red name, man. That's how it started. A simple greeting. He... Bora is... I wouldn't know it yet, but... For some reason, living out in the middle of nowhere didn't seem so lonely. I didn't know I could feel something other than bitterness. Cold and unfeeling like you told me I was. I didn't know that life could feel like this. Warm. And so we talked. For quite a while, actually. I'm a fool for not realizing it sooner, that I had been starved for company. So, what are you doing way out here anyway? I gotta ask you the same thing. True. It's just, I've been up here for a few months now, and I haven't seen anyone else around till today, I mean. Huh, oh. Me too. What? Oh. Huh. So you mean me? Does that really count? Sorry, I didn't mean to be cheeky. I guess we must have been on different schedules. Missed one another in our daily activities. That's a possibility too. Then what are you doing? Huh? Out here, I mean. What brought you way out to the mountains? I was born out here in the mountains. Oh? So you're from the village nearby? You could say that. It's a nice place. I go there to get supplies on occasion. You didn't answer me. Huh? About why you moved here. I didn't answer because I felt uncomfortable. What's so funny? You are. One of those honest types. I feel anyone would have felt the awkward atmosphere. Then I guess I'm unlike anyone else. Okay, this is like too nice of a situation. There's a red name, there's red eyes, and this is meant to be a horror game. I don't like where this is going. In innocent enough. The conversation, rather. Was I just desperate for anyone's attention? I don't know. I'd like to think he was special, though. Speaking so boldly, without much regard for awkward moments or nuance. Maybe he was just as conversationally starved. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I was happy. Parting ways for the evening, I saw him off. Not remembering the kindling I knew I'd forget to collect when the sun was out. I need to collect kindling for the fireplace. Don't really feel like freezing tonight. Twigs. Anything like that should be good for at least a feather stick. I don't like it, but I'll have to go outside for it. At night. 4 twigs or so should do it. I feel like this is the type of situation where you have like a basket here, like for kindling, but that's just me maybe. Also, yeah, like it's got too nice of a thing going on, but yeah. You got red eyes, you got a red name, it's meant to be a horror game. The red eyes makes me think like vampire or something, but I don't know if that's just because of like other media. I want to check the window. Nothing to say. It's probably not a bad idea to take this with me at night. But knowing there's another person potentially nearby, I don't really want to. Come to think of it, he didn't mention anything about hearing gunshots from me hunting game. It's just a few twigs. I can run out and back in really quick. I don't need the gun. Right. It's a little past 10 PM. A single piece of paper won't do. Gotta go out. Sure, this journey isn't really useful right now, but I still don't think it'd be worth to tear it up for fire. Okay, a lot of this has changed, it's good. Even more books that I'm not willing to use them for fire. As enticing it might be to burn some of these scratchy sweaters, I'd rather just get the twigs from outside. I suppose that's reasonable. TV? I don't want to watch anything right now. These books are too useful to me still. No chance of me tossing them to start a fire. The fridge. I'm gonna need some food real soon. As nice as it would be to keep warm by the stovetop, I don't think it'd be wise to leave the gas on all night. Fair. Surprisingly, book paper isn't the best for long-term kindling. Or at least, maybe it isn't. I don't want to burn my books. Well, there was mention of some dead leaves, to be fair. Earlier, but there's nothing in here that I want to use as kindling. I'm not so desperate that I can't just walk outside no matter how scary it is. Well, you can say that, but that doesn't mean I don't want to find all the text that's around. Can't burn anything in here. Not that I want to. Took me forever to get my things up this mountain in the first place. Why would I get rid of it so easily? Fair. Oh, I think I covered everything. Okay. I don't like the atmosphere. I wonder if he saw this and decided against coming nearby. Yet again, setting myself up for isolation from even the smallest of chances I'd get to see another human way up here. But I wanted this life. I wanted to be alone. Well, I mean, it sounds like you didn't want to be alone as much as you wanted to get away from your father. Since it's so late and dim, I shouldn't wander too much farther in this area. Better to be safe than sorry. Oops. Why am I thinking this threw me off before when it happened that we popped out like the bottom area. Why do I feel like it's going to be a clearing situation? That should be enough for kindling. I'd better head back. Oh, okay. Wait, well, let's just check. Better not wander about in the middle of the night. Okay. Because I don't trust that clearing at all. Hello? Hello? Should have brought the gun. Despite meeting the other day, I wasn't super optimistic about being able to see him again. Or maybe I'm just saying that to convince myself otherwise. So when I saw him again, I wonder what expression I had on my face. Hello. Good morning. Hope it's alright I let myself onto your property. Of course. I guess I keep that there for other people. Other people? Do you get visitors often? I wouldn't say so. Call it a precaution, I guess. Well, am I a bother? No, I'm glad. You are? What for? I was wondering if I'd get to talk to you again. Was I too bold in that moment? I was afraid of being overbearing. Needy like an abandoned dog with separation anxiety. Could he tell? More importantly, did I care? Throwing caution to the wind in a pathetic attempt to prevent being alone again? Over and over again I told myself, like a mantra, you came here to escape everything else. Everybody else. Yet here I was, happy to see the first person who'd give me the time of day. Could it have been anyone? I don't know. I'd like to think he was special. I see. Then I'm glad as well. Docky docky. What the hell came over me? Was it his tone? His face? Was it really all it took? Feeling like this, like a child on the playground having their first confession, I felt my heart soar. It's not like it had even been a long time since I saw another human. I see people often in the village, yet Aura was so... I'm gonna make something warm to drink. How about you? Sure. Thank you. Though you needn't go through the trouble. It's no trouble. Who doesn't like to warm up in the cold? Right. It's nice. Being warm. Docky docky. Calm down. You're not in high school anymore. What was I? Oh right, drinks. I went to the stovetop. Do you need any help? No, I'm good. Alright then. Just let me know if there's anything I could do. I've never really watched much TV before. Even though there's plenty to learn about the rest of the world, it feels too one-sided. I feel like I'd rather be where they are. The people on the screen. Sometimes. Okay. I should go... Okay. Stove it is. Okay, time to heat up the teapot. Okay, why are we... Why not? Okay. Looks like it's ready. Hi? I mean, we don't have to mess with this anymore. Here you are. Thank you. Yes? Oh, nothing. Is that right? You have to be so nervous. Nervous? What are you thinking? Right now? I don't... I'm thinking about how I didn't have much of a plan, moving way out here. Some people in my life made things very difficult for me back where I used to live, and so I decided to leave. Start fresh, I guess. Don't ask me why I chose the mountainside. Maybe I wanted to be especially sure no one would try to follow me. I say that, but I know I probably felt more like I wanted to make it an obstacle. Make it more difficult for others to try and find me. Because that way, I'd know I was maybe worth it. Worth the effort to find. Worth the effort to want to, I don't know. Be seen. Be remembered. I know it's selfish. Expecting, yet not expecting someone to make the effort. Even though I'm the one who decided to leave. Have a tantrum and be alone. I see. That sounds hard. People shouldn't make you feel like you should escape. Like you'd be better off somehow. I think then you'd end up making yourself feel lonely on purpose. Because if that someone doesn't make the effort to find you, then you know for sure in your heart that they probably didn't think you're worth it. Or something like that. You think so? Like I'd be making it worse for myself by being more reclusive? Even if that person made it clear they'd never want to see me again? Clearly you cared a lot for them, and they didn't feel the same way. Or they made you feel like you were a burden, which isn't fair. Not that I'd know what any of it was about, or the context. Maybe I'm out of line. But I don't think it's a bad thing. To want someone you used to care for to care about you back. He's not coming back. He can't. but a part of me wishes that he would. Or if only to prove that he really cared or really hated me. Resented me for being who I am. For being what I am. A sliver of hope in the stupid mess I've made myself get into. I wouldn't know what I'd say to him. He made life very difficult. I didn't make it easy either. I don't get it, really. Why let it bother me so much? He's not here to torment me anymore. Or chastise or insult or hurt me. Not that he did that last part as much as I aged. Grew out of even wanting to punish me properly. Maybe I just wasn't ready to grow up. That could be part of his issue. Another part of me thinks he'd never be happy for me, even if things were different. Find a way to make it an inconvenience. Me being a better kid. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on such a triad. Don't be. I don't mind. It felt nice. Being heard. Being seen. It felt selfish. I think he made sure I could feel that way. I wish I could have prodded for more about... Oh, I think he made sure I could feel that way. I wish I could have prodded for more about him. Learn more. Think more. Forget anything else. Holding my hand in comfort. His hand was warm. Thank you again for listening to me drone on. Of course. It wasn't droning. I wanted to listen. I'm happy to have been someone you could confide in. Still, I appreciate it all the same. Well, the sun's going down soon. I have to go for now, but I hope we can talk again. About that, I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind, That is to say, if you're not doing anything tomorrow evening, you're free to come by again. I'll cook something. Sure. I think I'd like that. Sounds nice. Great. It'll give me a chance to make it up to you too. For talking your ear off. Whether you think I was being annoying or not. Huh. I like listening to you though. You have a nice voice. I want to know more about you too. Listen to you. Know who you are. We talked a lot, but I know it was mostly about me. I want to do better. To know others better. I wouldn't mind that either. Though I don't think I have too much to talk about myself. I don't think I'm very interesting. I do. Doki doki. Thank you. I'll see you then. Tomorrow? It's a date. Got it. Okay, this is all too nice. It's all too nice. This is for a horror game jam, man. What are you gonna... Not cool. Not cool. That was the plan. I was beyond excited. Before anything though, I had to get the food ready. It looks like a white feather. Are we paying no further attention to the odd feather? Okay. I should get my gun to hunt for dinner. I'll need to stock up on food for later anyway. It's not like a... This isn't gonna be like even weirder than I think, right? It's not gonna turn out like she's a pheasant, right? I don't even know how to process that in my head, but like... So, this is what you've been up to these days. Aren't you even a little bit ashamed? You had to make it everyone's problem when you left. Now you just continue to do things you knew were fucked up. Just behind closed doors. As if I'm not still watching you. You're not here. Doesn't matter anymore. I moved on. Is that what you're telling yourself now? Just because some girly boy decided to bat eyes at you? Knock it off. You're just proving me right. You're a disappointment. Why couldn't you just be a regular guy, huh? Suddenly everyone and their grandma is thinking bad thoughts and being a fat star-ot. What the fuck is this world coming to? Do you have any shame? You're probably making your mother sob her eyes out. Like you would know. Too busy being out and drinking. Where the hell were you, huh? Right, that's definitely me. Maybe if I'd been around you more, you'd be less of a fucking disaster. But no, you just had to be one of them. My own flesh and blood. You're a disgrace. Sure, call me whatever you want. I already left, and you're already dead. And now that I think I can have a break from you, you rear your ugly head like you always do. Always right there waiting for me to fuck up. Just so you can rub it in. I'm just not allowed to be happy to you, am I? I was a disappointment back at home, so I left. And you followed me here. You never fucking left me alone. You want to make sure I stay as miserable as you were, don't you? Maybe I am. Or I was. And now that there's the very idea of me being happy in a small sense of the word, you show up again. Snatching away any happiness I wish I could have. You didn't want me to be happy. It was a burden. Your child being happy. Taking it all out on someone else because your own life was full of regret. But I decided to be different, as you would put it. But I'm here now, and you're not. I don't know why I even thought I'd miss you. That small version of me who used to look up at you for guidance, you threw him to the side like any other bottle you down to forget the rest of us. I did miss you, Dad, when I needed you. And you denied me. You rejected me. Because I wasn't the shining, flawless vision you projected onto me since my birth. I wouldn't have ever made you happy, no matter what I did. I wish I could feel okay. I wish I could pretend to have happy memories. Or even shut out all the bad ones. I try to. You wouldn't know what to say about that, would you? Or maybe I'm the one who wouldn't know what to say to you after the fact. At least there's one thing you passed on to me. Your cowardice. I'll try to live out of spite, as if you didn't beat the hopefulness I once had out of me. Maybe it is stupid. Maybe it is embarrassing and selfish and weird and even wrong. But it's not your life to live. This is mine. You had your chance and you threw it away. And I ran. I ran from it. From you. And someone found me. Someone sees me. Out here in the snow. Alone. Someone will miss me, you said, right? I wouldn't know who else would. I never believed you. Never believed you did. I have things to do. I didn't need you around me all my life anymore. I wish I'd realized that sooner. Call it whatever you want. You're still disgusting. I guess I am. Damn, dude's going through some self-therapy shit right now. Oi. Food. I need to hunt for it. Pheasant should be around. Okay. The gun is in my room. Okay, that was some serious self-therapy shit going on there. Oi. I'm out of meat. I'll need to get some tonight. Yeah, the feather thing. I'm still stuck on that. I feel like it's gonna be super weird. Looks like a white feather. Okay, wait, what was it? I need to get my gun hunt for dinner. I'll need to stock up my food for later now. Yeah, okay. So gun. Oh, I'm guessing that's the bug. Take the gun. Nothing else to click on at the moment. Yeah, I think it's just a bug because we weren't meant to go in and out. Oh, I've broken it slightly. Let me fix. Okay, we're all set now. Damn this feather man. Is she gonna be a pheasant? I don't even know how to process that. Just... I don't know. That's strange. Usually this area is crawling with pheasants. Maybe there's somewhere nearby? Oh, she's drinking their blood and she is in fact a vampire. Another white feather. Another white feather. Can we go this way? We can't. Maybe they've gathered in the clearing? Better head that way. Another white feather. Okay. Oh? He must not have noticed me yet. Good. Sneaking up on it might be easy enough. It's got red eyes, man. This is just gonna be an absolute fucking tragedy like it seems like it's gonna be. Shoot. There's not even an option. Looking back, I should have known. I should have. I dared to believe things could be different. That I could do something for myself without regret. I'm a fool. My ears rang from the gunshot, echoing out in the vastness of the mountains around me. In an instant it was over. Never before had I felt any kind of remorse for hunting for sustenance, killing to live. Yet then in the clearing I felt something in my gut, something disgusting and sad. The white pheasant lay at my feet. I hadn't seen one this color before. She was a fucking pheasant. His eyes were red. His eyes. His beautiful eyes. I didn't know. I didn't know. I never knew. I don't know anything. I never knew. Not until it was too late. So, like, she was he was a pheasant? The fuck? But, like... Okay. I thought it was at least going to be like, maybe it's going to be like, oh, it's a vampire, but, you know, eats pheasant blood. So, oh, okay, we can have a happy ending. Guess not. Preparing the meat shouldn't have felt the way it did. Wait, what? It didn't usually feel like that. It was normal before. For some reason or another, I couldn't keep my eye on the head. Sloughing off the counter and onto the floor. Wait, what? Cleanup was equally as bad. I nearly got sick. I want to get sick. Over and over. I'm so confused. What is happening? The next day came and went. So did the next. And the next. I'm sorry, what? He never came. I didn't know where else to look. But I knew. I knew it was too good to be true. I think I recall some kind of story about a figure in the snow. Offering them a hot drink or a meal could be good luck. Another story about a person living with their spouse who would produce beautiful silk. The spouse would turn out to be a heron. A crane. Some beautiful creature. Some ethereal... I'm sorry, I'm just... Okay, I will get through this first. Something ethereal. Something impossible. I dared not open the fridge again. I don't think I ever could. Never again. Never. Just like my heart would never again recover. I dared to dream. I dared to feel. Hot tears pricking my face and nearly freezing in the icy wind. Bittersweet. No, it was anything but. It was pure bitterness. Maybe I deserved this in the end. Are you happy? Maybe I found something to fill my bitter cold heart, only to have it ripped from my hands. I ripped it apart myself. My own happiness torn apart. Cut up and stuffed in a fridge like a piece of meat. Literally, God, what the fuck? He wasn't. A fool. I'm a fool. Bitter and lonely. Alone. All alone. All alone is all I'll ever be. Standing at the cliffside, I let the snow pile up on my shoulders. I couldn't feel a thing. My hands pricked. I couldn't feel my fingers. At some point it was very hot, but I still felt so tired. Someday, I'd like to believe that someday we can meet again. And maybe I'll do better. Maybe I'll be less selfish. Maybe I'll deserve happiness next time. Maybe you'll be able to live a longer life. Covered in snow, you were a jewel. I ripped you away from ever having a chance to be cherished. The way I so desperately wanted to show you. I wonder, in the end, would you forgive me? If I see you again, will you hold my hand again and tell me it's okay? Ice cold. My heart felt like coal. Yet the memory I had of your beautiful face was enough to make me feel warm even for a second before I closed my eyes. I'm so sorry. But I'm not sorry for falling in love with you. Jesus, okay. Okay. I'm like, so he seemed to have the realization after he shot the pheasant, but he still was preparing the meat. Like I was like that part broke my brain. Why was he still preparing the meat? Why was he like what? Like if anything, like I mean, even trying to, you know, wrap your head around what had happened, like wouldn't at the very least you just like, I don't know, give them a burial or leave them there? Like thinking between, you know, sound of mind and the insanity of what you've done, like the preparing the meat part, I was like, wait a second, what is happening? Have we got like a cannibal thing going on? Like what is happening? Like I was so confused. I'm still actually quite confused. Maybe he was in like kind of like, it was kind of like he had the realization, but at the same time he was in kind of this state of shock that he was like in denial that it could be real, so he just kind of kept doing what he was going to do or something. I guess you could maybe rationalize it like that. Man, this was fucked. This was really fucked. Yeah. I mean, it was good, like, you know, in a fucked way. Not what I was expecting. This one... Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know what this... yeah. This one definitely hit in a particular way. Odd one for me to play right now. It was good though. It was good. It was fucked, but it was good. I think it was like not like overly long, but yet it did have like I feel like a pretty good slow build to it in a sense. I really like the aesthetic. I think it worked well. The use of colors was good. I did think like the red I thought was more ominous than it was, I guess. I did end up being right about being a pheasant. That was unexpected. Yeah, I don't know. There's not too much more I can say. It was pretty straightforward, like other than the confusing end part. I mean, I don't know. Also, I don't know if the implication, like, did the protagonist, like, die? Because it kind of sounded like they would just stayed out in the snow until they maybe died. I don't know if that was meant to be implied or it was just kind of like not in, like, yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Kind of sounded like that was maybe going to happen, but maybe at some point they shook themselves off and headed home. But like, at those temperatures and I assume with snow, like it wouldn't be hard to stay out there for too long in sort of a distressed, numb state. And yeah. Man, this is a rough one. I didn't expect yeah, I don't know. That was good though. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. There's a couple others I want to check out from this game jam. This was definitely solid. It was definitely horror in a more of a like psychological tragedy horror thing. Because I don't even know if horror is the right word, really. Actually, yeah, I don't know if this was really what you would call a horror now that I think about it. Like, because it's more of a, like a, just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. No point being picky about it, I guess. Like, I don't really care that much. Because if I was overthinking it, I guess I probably wouldn't really call this a horror. Because it's more of like a... It's like a love story with a tragic, strange end, like, more than it being, you know, like the only kind of horror you could say is like the horror of what he went through after like finding love in a very short time. I don't know, it's just, yeah. Anyway, that was SnowMan. Which actually by the title now I'm more concerned that he did die at the end. Which just adds to it all. Yeah. This is definitely unexpected and just, it was an odd one for me to play at the moment for a number of reasons. I did not expect this. But yeah, it was good. Good aesthetic and all that, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna shut up. thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Be well. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.